What's going on, everybody? It's Will back with another video. I miss hockey so much, so I decided to finally do my mock draft. I think the season's done, in my opinion, so this is a perfect time to do it while we're kind of in limbo here. So we're just gonna get right into it. I used the Tankathon website and randomized it 3 times, so that's the order we have. I'll do another mock draft post lottery whenever that will end up being, because we don't know when the lottery's even going to be. But to start out at number 15, we have Columbus Blue Jackets taking Dawson Mercer. Dawson Mercer is very interesting. I think he actually has a lot of upside. He's got a great tool bag, and he has great size. He plays in the QMJHL, which is a bit of a softer league, but I don't think that has anything to do with his numbers. I look forward to seeing him next year because I think he's going to light that league up and be a top scorer. Let's move on to number 14. I got the New York Rangers taking Dylan Holloway from Wisconsin. So his numbers were not the best. However, that Wisconsin team underachieved a bit. If you asked me 3 months ago, I wasn't in love with Holloway. However, I have looked at his game a bit more. In my opinion, he is the best two-way forward. Actually, one of the best two-way forwards in this draft class. He has a lot of size, a lot of speed. Kind of reminds me of Chris Kreider, but not as much production. The Rangers have a lot of top-end talent that will go into the top 6, so I think he slots in perfectly in that middle 6 and kind of makes them a more complete team all around. But let's move on to number 13. We have the Winnipeg Jets taking defenseman Jake Sanderson. He is, in my opinion, the second best defenseman in this draft. He has good size and is very responsible defensively. However, his offensive game could probably use a little work. Winnipeg probably doesn't. It doesn't matter in Winnipeg, really. I think they have a very strong offensive system and have a few offensive-minded defensemen. However, they're very young, and I don't think they're very deep at defense, so that's why I believe they take Jake Sanderson. I can't even imagine them taking a forward, to be honest. So at number 12, we have the Minnesota Wild taking Connor Zary. Now, Minnesota would probably want someone a little more with a higher ceiling than Connor Zary, but I think Connor Zary is a pretty safe pick. One of my knocks on him is he's not great at anything, but he's good all around. He's got good size. He's got a pretty good skill set, and he will be in the NHL eventually. It's just a matter of if he's like a top line guy or if we kind of see him in the middle 6 somewhere. My prediction is the middle 6, but Minnesota kind of has to go with the best player available here, as they are kind of shifting from younger to older, and they need to add more speed to their team. With that being said, we will move on to number 11, the New Jersey Devils' first pick from Arizona. I think they take goaltender Yaroslav Askarov, one of the best goaltending prospects in a long time. I know they really liked Blackwood's game down the stretch. However, I look at Blackwood more of a 1B kind of guy. I don't see him really becoming anything special. And Askarov is just one of the best prospects we've seen at goaltender in a long time. Like I like him better than Spencer Knight of last year, and Spencer Knight went in the top 20. So moving on to number 10, the Montreal Canadiens will get Alexander Holtz. Now, this may be a little bit of a fall for Holtz, and that's not so much a knock on him. It's more of I'm just very impressed with a lot of the other prospects in this draft class. With Holtz, you're getting a lethal shot. However, I think he needs to work on his all-around game, but his offensive upside's huge. He definitely needs to work on the defensive side of the game, but he's young, and that will come with time. Montreal could use a sniper like that and a power play guy like that, and he will look very good in Montreal. Now, I think he's got the second best shot in this draft class, but we're going to move on to the guy who I believe has the best shot in this class. And number 9, the Buffalo Sabres will take Jack Quinn. I know he's been getting a lot of buzz, and yeah, I'm high on him, but I also would be wary of him. It's going to sound like I'm knocking the guy, and I promise you I'm not. He has one of the best shots in the draft. Kind of reminds me of Cole Caulfield of last year. But I think his size lacks quite a bit. Not in terms of height, but I believe he's 160 pounds. Now, he's got time to grow, but I also don't really like his defensive game, and I think he's benefited a lot from being on a stacked 67s team in the OHL. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he makes me eat my words, but that's just my opinion on him right now. And Buffalo is the type of organization to take a chance on someone like that. So let's go on to the number 8 pick. The New Jersey Devils will select Anton Lundell. Again, so now Anton Lundell is a center, and he, in my opinion, is the best two-way forward in this draft. He has played well in Finland. An injury kind of took him off track a bit, but his numbers were good. And man, is he tenacious. That's not something you could teach. Not something, you could try and coach someone up, but he just has a great motor, and he is great on both sides of the puck. And I believe he's NHL ready, which is hard to find at number 8. So he's, again, one of my favorite prospects. It'll kill me to see him go to the Devils, but that's who I have slotted in at 8. Another one falling at number 7. We have the Anaheim Ducks taking Lucas Raymond. Lucas Raymond is very shifty. He has great hands, and it creates his own offense. If you asked me 2 months or 3-4 months ago, he was probably in the third overall pick, but this draft class is just so loaded and things are changing so much. He's going to be a steal, and I think he will need another year in Sweden, but Anaheim will love him and Zegras together for years to come. At number 6, we have the LA Kings taking Cole Perfetti. One of my favorite prospects as well. I think he has like the Arthur Kaliev effect, though, where he needs to work on the defensive side of the game and his work ethic. But, man, can he drive offense? He is almost impossible to take off the puck, and he could do it all. He is a playmaker. He has a lethal shot. So if he could put his defensive side of the game together, he's going to be an absolute stud and pretty good steal for LA in a stacked prospect system. But let's go on to number 5. We have the Ottawa Senators taking Jamie Drysdale. This is someone who I love, honestly. I think he is a great puck-moving defenseman who is not a liability defensively either. He is a legitimate top 5 prospect, in my opinion, and he could quarterback a power play for years to come and be a staple on that blue line for Ottawa for years to come. But with number 4, we actually have Ottawa again. Number 5 was San Jose's pick originally. So number 4, we have Ottawa taking Marco Rossi. He is one of my favorite prospects ever. Marco Rossi is quick, drives offense, has a great shot, great playmaking ability, and he is one of my quickest risers in this draft class. Ottawa is going to be absolutely stacked for years to come. They just need these kids to grow at this point. Let's go on to number 3, though. Somehow, Florida moves up to number 3 and picks the German stud, Tim Stützle. Tim Stützle was, as a rookie in Germany, playing amongst men, lit it up. I believe last time I checked, I should have checked before doing this video, but he had like 7 goals and 27 assists. Guy is a playmaking machine, and Florida doesn't really need much more offense, but I just don't think they're going to be able to help themselves. He's going to be amazing playing up with like Barkov and Huberdeau, and yeah, he's a stud. Now let's move on to number 2. Chicago, for the second year in a row, moves up into the top 3 and gets Quentin Byfield. Quentin Byfield just oozes this Evgeny Malkin vibe. Same size, and I feel like he's got that similar type of dominant effect. He's one of the youngest players in this draft, and he's 6'4", and he's just a bull. And he's going to be insane. He didn't have the best World Junior tournament, but don't worry about that. This kid is probably not NHL ready, but give him a year, and he's going to take over this league. He's a potential 100-point guy. And moving on to number 1, luckily Detroit will stay with this pick if the Tankathon is correct. Who knows? It's so random. But they do end up with Alexis Lafreniere. Alexis Lafreniere is my favorite prospect of all time. The kid's got everything. He's got hands. He's got a shot. He has electric playmaking ability. He doesn't do anything poorly. He's great defensively, and he's physical. This kid is going to be a top 5 player in this league in the next couple of years. He is that good. I really don't just look at his numbers in the QMJHL. He was threatening Crosby there for a while for his records. Alexis Lafreniere is the real deal. He made the QM his. He dominated it, and he dominated World Junior Championships, and he will be in the NHL next year, probably lighting it up. But that is my initial NHL mock draft. We're about to take this win in EASHL. I'll see you guys in the next video. I will be posting every Monday. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace out.